All right. Hello, everyone. Let's get started. I think what I want to do today is basically make or add this to Shift. I want to add it to my Shift project and see if it works because it's kind of, again, been, as we've seen, it's been built a little bit in isolation. And I think there's probably some cases that wouldn't work in the real world. So I think I'm going to first try to install it as a dev dependency of the Shift project and maybe put it in like a Git webhook or something and make sure that it can run. And then I think I'd also like to install it globally and see if I can run it against a project or within a project. Those are going to be the most common ways in which you would install this. So ideally it would work under both of those scenarios. So again, shorter streams now that Emma has started daddy daycare. So let's kind of get to it here. Got about 20 or 30 minutes, depending on when she wakes up. Okay, cool. Hey Mark, hey Samuel, how's it going? Thanks for joining live again. Appreciate a few live attendees. It feels so lonely when there's when there's no one joining live. But again, these are also for me, to just have some focus for 30 minutes to get some work. So let's go back to master. Let's pull everything down because that April Fool's bit has been merged. Okay, so ideally what I would do here, and again, there's no comments because it's a whip. That's something else I want to do. But let's just say here, git, or no, not git, composer require -- dev that. I don't even know. Oh, yeah. This is going to be annoying. First issue. It's not on Packagist. Let's see if I'm logged into Packagist where I could add this real quick. Submit. Hey, pre-filled. Awesome. Yeah, hey, this might not take too long. Let's add this. Check it. The vendor name Shift was already claimed by someone else on Packagist. You may want to ask them. The vendor name Shift. Oh, I know what's going on here. See, we're fixing stuff already. Let's go back to CLI, VI Composer, JSON. Yeah, Shift CLI. I'm probably gonna need to call this Laravel Shift CLI. And I think that's fine. I mean, technically this should match. This should match what that is. So let's just make this match, right? Okay, so Laravel Shift CLI, a CLI from Shift for running automated. A CLI tool for running automated tasks from Shift. All right, 8.0. Let's go ahead and bump this up to 8. Whoops. 8.1. All right, because I think 8.0 is only in security updates now. It's not under active development. Okay, required dev shouldn't matter. App everything's fine. Tests are fine. Sort packages are fine. Bin shift. I think that's fine too. That's all built by Laravel 0. Hey Rick, how's it going? Git add -p. So we basically corrected the name and bumped PHP. So let's do git commit -m. Correct vendor name. Git push origin head. All right, let's go back and see if we can check that again. It is good. The package name, awesome. Submit. And I can set up the auto updated stuff later. So for now, theoretically, I should be able to go back here and probably not right away, but in a minute, once Packagist is caught up, be able to do this. Let's try it. That's what I thought. Oh, minimum stability. Okay, that makes sense because the minimum stability here would be dev since it's not tagged. Require it, sorry, eCam Live is in my way. Require it with an explicit version constraint allowing its... So I think in Composer, if I went down here, there's a minimum stability somewhere, or I guess the defaults. I don't have one in here. I think the default is stable, so we'd probably have to say like dev. Composer minimum stability. Find minimum stability. All right, so defaults to stable. Is this, where does this live? Root only. I always forget where it lives. Available options, dev. Note that you can also specify stability requirements. Okay, oh yeah, you know what? I think that we might just say something like dev main. All right, Laravel 0 framework requires Illuminate Collections 9, but the package is, oh, Shift is already updated to that. It's updated to 10. So, do I bump the Shift CLI to be the latest? I mean, that's the thing to do, right? All right, let's do that again. Composer JSON. Oh, well, actually, is Laravel 0 on 10 yet? Let's find that out. Laravel 0. Let's see if it has a 10.0 tag yet. Let's get out on GitHub. Composer. Yep. Okay. What do they tag this as? Why aren't there releases over there? That's strange. Tags, I guess. 10.0. Okay, good to go. Let's put this here. 10. Whoops. Good old Vim. Well, not 10.2. 10.0. All right, Composer update. There. Yes. All right, let's make sure all these work, which it seems like they do. So that's good. Okay, cool. So git add -p, we basically bumped Laravel 0, so Composer update, or sorry, git commit -m bump to Laravel 10 effectively. Git push origin head, go back. Okay, so now the requirements of this should match my Shift project, but we have to remember that now it means you have to be running Laravel 10 or higher. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. I like supporting the latest. All right, let's try this again. It's still pulling the old stuff. Because because I don't have it auto updating on packages. Look at the dance you have to go through to publish stuff. Hilarious. Okay. Update. All right. That should pull in the latest. There we go. Laravel 0.10. All right, so it picked up the latest. So now we should be able to do this. There we go. Yay. Okay. And now we should be able to do vendor bin shift and pass it one of our tasks. So we could say something like check lint. Okay, that did not work. We might have to say run. Okay, we have an unexpected token in the stubs. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what else it finds. Okay, so what this is actually, oh, we got an error here too. Undefined array key 2. Ooh. I wonder what token it found where it couldn't preg match that. That's interesting. There's a boundary case here in our code where it found a parse error, but our regular expression didn't support that. So this is good. This is a good check. But what I was thinking of a second ago is that stubs folder, in fact, the resources folder completely, would lead me to believe that we probably need some kind of configuration file for this that would allow you to exclude folders. So here's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start making issues here. And let's make a new issue. What? Oh, am I not signed in? What the heck? Oh my goodness, what is going on around here? I'm just gonna make an old school note. Let's just do that, shall we? Let me just make a little note here. Shift configuration file. All right. Okay, let's figure out what's going on with this check lint issue. Let's bring up PHP Storm. That's fine, we can close that now. I'll set this up to auto update here after the stream. Let's see if we can see what this error is and again, get this to run. I'm also curious why I had to do run. I thought Laravel 0 had like a default command. It's interesting to me that like these make commands and stuff are like allowed in the production version. Maybe because it's not tagged as a release. I don't know. I'd have to ask Nuno about that. I wouldn't expect to see like these commands. I would only expect to see, you know, these two. And again, maybe that's a Laravel 0 thing that I don't know about yet. Okay, let's go to Shift, and we're just gonna hack the vendor folder for now to kind of see what's going on here. I think there's a way you can link the path to be, I think Caleb had that before. It's like composer, yeah, composer link. I think he had a little command where you can say like, hey, it really goes to this folder, but I think for now I'm just gonna jump in we're just doing a little DD here, so let's just jump in. Where is that file? Vendor 38. There we go. 38. All right, so what I want to do is print R the lines just to understand, you know, which one did it end up crapping out on. So let's try this again. This might take a second because it seemed like it did a bunch. So there's the one that I found there. Parse error, syntax error, great. That's what we'd expect. It parsed 1, 2, and 3. Okay, here we go. PHP fatal error. Cannot declare class because it's already in use in one of the test cases, of course. No big deal. Why undefined array key 2? PHP. Oh, it's not a parse error. It's a fatal error. It's a fatal error. It's a fatal error. So I wonder if, what should that look like? Probably what should happen is the type of error, PHP parse, or fatal, is kind of irrelevant. So we could probably update this to allow for both. So this could be like fatal or parse effectively. Let's see if this gets us where we want to go. And let's just reduce this noise for a second. Check lint display error. Line must be type of int. Oh, what did I mess up? Line must be type of int. Oh, did it not say parse? What did it say before? PHP parse error. PHP fatal error. Now what's the problem? display error argument to line must be of type int string given. Line 26. What did I mess up now? Display error. Line and error. Oh, does that have a different line number? I missed that part. All right, so this basically says cannot redeclare class blah 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 because the name is already in use. There's the huge name. How does that look different than this? In use. Oh, okay, let's do this. Let's go back here. I'm gonna spend all my time fixing this regex. Let's see here, matches. My guess is that, yeah, it's not being greedy. I talk about this. This is a perfect example of something I talk about in the Laracast series. I even noted that this in is probably going to cause me issues someday, and here it is. Here's the issue. It's basically stopping at this in and then use. I bet you if I made this, allowed this to continue to be greedy, I bet you this would work. Just kidding. All right, let's run this one more time. Let's see where we are. Okay, so it found, oh, it's not that issue at all. It's this issue. I changed the types. Let's try this now. Okay, so we got our parse error and it broke it out the way we expected. So we're back to where we were. I was basically capturing that alternation group, so I don't want to capture it anymore. And now we're properly capturing this. And we're gonna get a crap load of these because, yeah, it's scanning all the different fixtures, which, again, this would be something that should be ignored. I need to ignore basically my test fixtures and my resources folder, in which case there would be no lint errors in this project. But it's a good point here that it now handles fatal errors. So what we need to do is take this, and this is where that testing would have come into play. But let's go back to our Shift CLI, and let me open up this check lint and replace this with what we said here. Okay, so really the main change here, and we can look this up. I'm going to kill this. If we go back to where we were and just do a get add-p, all we really did here was allow fatal or parse to be. Now there might be other types, which, you know, we'll find in a future bug. I didn't end up changing this lazy match, so I'll leave that alone for now until we get some proper test cases there. But yeah, the problem was that I captured this, and so it messed up my capture groups. Everything was incremented by 1 because I added another capture. So this question mark colon there basically says, you know, don't capture it. Okay, git commit -m, we'll say handle fatal exceptions in linting, during linting. All right, git push origin head. All right, that should be good. And then let's go back to this project. Gonna go do a composer, remove Laravel shift CLI. All right, that should get rid of that. Let's go back to packages. We'll manually update it so we don't have that same issue. And now what I want to try is globally installing this. So composer, global install Laravel shift CLI dev main. Let's see if this is allowed. Composer global require, sorry. What is this? Nikic 4.5 packages fixed. Okay, we can just, it's all local. Let's just update the other stuff. Laravel 0 requires Symfony console, but these were not loaded. Laravel 0 requires Laravel 0 10. What do I have? Composer global. Wow, can't type today. Global list. Or is it dash list? I always forget. Show? Maybe it's show. There we go. What do I have here? Symfony. I got a lot of stuff here. Tlint. Yeah, it doesn't really tell me like who the offending. Laravel 0 requires Symfony console. Something else is requiring Symfony console 5. I think you can do like Y. Let's see who wants that. Laravel installer, of course. Oh, okay, these are just old, that's all. I don't use the Laravel installer that much lately, and nor Tlint. In fact, this Shift CLI should pretty much do everything Tlint does. So I keep typing git composer global remove. Let's start by removing Tlint. And then let's do composer global update. Let's see if that helps. There we go. Okay, so now everything should allow 6. So we should now be able to composer global require this with a -w. There we go. Nailed it. Who knew this was going to be a live stream on fixing composer issues? Okay. What did I change here? Git diff -w. Oh, it just cleaned those up. That's fine. Nah. Okay, so now, theoretically, I should be able to do shift run check lint. Numeric argument required. Which shift? Okay, that's right. Shift -- help. Numeric argument required. It's finding the right shift. I thought maybe for a second shift was a command, you know, a Unix command. But it's finding the right vendor one. Numeric argument required. What the heck does that mean? I'm hearing something in the chat. Maybe you know. Oh yeah, no, I think it's, yeah, absolutely. I think it's good to see the issues and people working through them. It might not make sense for more advanced people, but okay, let's see here. Numeric argument required. What the heck does that mean? Shift. Okay, it does nothing when you pass it nothing. 0? So shift run check lint. Shift 0 run check lint. Too many arguments. I love it. What the heck does numeric argument required mean? Let's see if the web knows. All right, let's do Laravel 0. What does this mean? Oh, that's kind of a... Something needs to be escaped. Okay, strange. Let's see if there's like a Laravel 0 specific one. Or Symfony, maybe? Symfony would be the underlying. These are all kind of like bash and shell based. Are you sure it is the proper shift? Yeah, that's why I did which shift. But let's do the full path just for giggles. The full path seems to work. Oh. That shift is different? Maybe? No. List? What's list? Shift list. Okay. What about shift run? Okay. Shift run check lint. It's weird because it's claiming that it... Okay, it is running, so that's nice. But here's what I think's going on here. It is running, so that's nice that you can actually globally install it and it finds the correct location of the files that you're working with. I think it would be nice if it, maybe knew to chop that off, but that's kind of for a different day. I'm gonna kill this because it's gonna go through like 1,000 fixtures. You know what I think is happening here? Yeah, shift is a bash command or a Unix command, so that's true. Yeah, that's the issue. Crap. I think I'm probably gonna end up. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end up having to. There's two things you could. Well, no, you can't do that. I think I'm probably, unfortunately, gonna end up having to call it like Shift CLI or something. That's kind of gross. I don't like that, but it's a pretty simple rename. It's just, go into the project and just do the the app rename. It's not going to be hard. That's unfortunate though. I don't want to type like Shift-CLI. I'm just trying to think of another name real quick, and then I'll probably stop the stream. Could give it a name, like the old paperclip, Clippy. Call it Shifty. Yeah, what could you do here? What could you do? I mean, in the absence of anything else, Shift CLI is probably the way to go. People would probably alias it on their own anyway if they were using it globally. Again, it's not like you're typing this a crazy amount and there's autocomplete. So, once you did change that. Yeah, I don't know. Shifty's a little weird. Let's go back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the name. I think you app rename it, right? Namespace. I think there's list. What's list? App rename. Shift CLI. What does this do? So what did this do? Changes it in Composer. That makes sense. Changes it in app config. All right, we'll fix that ourselves. And it probably just renames the file. So git add shift CLI. Yeah, it just renames that one. So let's vi config app. And this would just make this a little cleaner. Shift CLI. Okay, so that solves that issue. So git commit -m, avoid overlap with Unix command. All right. Again, it's not launched yet. I could still go with Shifty, but it just Shift CLI run, makes it just kind of reads a little better than like Shifty check lint. I don't know. I don't use this Shifty thing a whole lot, at least not as a noun. I mean, I might say like, something in fun, like being shifty, but that's not exactly what I do. So, okay, let's go back to Workspace. Let's just see if that worked real fast while Packages is updating. So let's go back into Shift And it really doesn't matter where I am. What matters more is a composer global update would need to happen. There we go, it got the new dev main. So now I should have Shift CLI run check lint. There we go, fixed. You can make it more fun and rename run to please. Shifty please lint. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. All right, well, again, it's not released yet. So, but here we go. We've proven that you can install it globally, or you can install it as a dev dependency for your project, and you're able to run it through the now newly named Shift-CLI. So again, that name might change in the future. But I think we know what we want to work on next week. I think next week we should work on a configuration file that simply has an exclude list inside of it. And that can do wildcards and so forth. So yeah, I think we'll add that next week. So thanks everybody for joining live, and I'll see you then.